I'm Panini Pete, a professional chef with small-town roots and a passion for one-of-a-kind places. I'm day tripping down the back roads and main streets of America to prove that small towns are extraordinary destinations, each one rich in history and full of happiness, where people care about people and treat you like one of their own. They celebrate life, tradition, and one-of-a-kind food culture. So join me as we gather all the local ingredients to serve up a big helping of small-town flavor.
Good morning and welcome to Danville, Kentucky. Nothing better than stepping out on the porch after a good night's rest and breathing in that fresh Kentucky air. And I was very fortunate to stay right here at this beautiful bed and breakfast known as the Farm. This home was built before the Civil War, and there's great stories of people actually sitting on this porch and listening to Civil War battles going on throughout Kentucky. So I can't wait to take you downtown. We're going to Main Street. We're going to have a great breakfast and learn more about the amazing history of this wonderful small town of Danville, Kentucky.
Stars have made their wishes well, long before they're shining. Promise of a clear sky, a full moon rising. Promise in one star falling.
Welcome to Danville, Kentucky, a true city of firsts with significant historical connections to Kentucky, our country, and even the world. We're going to learn much more about Danville's first along our journey today, but we start off right here early morning on Main Street, right in front of the legendary Burks Bakery. This is a multi-generational, family-run bakery that's been cranking out a heavenly assortment of baked goods, and they're doing it the old-fashioned way from scratch. So I can't wait to take you inside, see what they've been up to since 3 a.m., introduce you to the family, and maybe even help out. Good morning.
How are you?
Good, Miss Patty. How
nice
you doing?
Nice to meet you.
My pleasure. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you so much for
You're
taking
welcome.
a little time out of your busy day. 5 generations out here?
5 generations. It started with my husband's great grandfather. So Jody, our son's in here, so that makes him great-great-grandfather.
Wow.
That started in 1922.
I bet the holidays are a little crazy around here, huh?
They are. We sell about 3,000 dozen butterflake rolls the week of Christmas, which we're famous for. That's
3,000 dozen?
3,000 dozen.
Of these?
Of those.
What is this?
We do.
This is a butterflake roll?
That's a butterflake roll.
Well, I'd love to learn more about the family, and if you could give me a little guided tour, maybe if I could even get dirty. I kind of,
Be glad for
you
you
don't have
too.
anything that I could mess up too bad.
No.
Would you mind
Not with
showing us
Jody's.
around?
Not with Jody's guidance. Come on
Yeah.
back and let's go see what we can find.
Head to the back.
All right, let's go down here where we do our main baking and cooking. And,
Oh,
Bread
right
making.
away, the intersection. You get hit with the heat, you get hit with the smells, and look at this visually too. All your senses here are going berserk right now.
These are the ovens that kind of cook all of our different products. We have 2 of these.
Well, how long has this been around?
50 years. We've
50
this
years?
Yeah, 50 some years. One Christmas, this oven actually broke down.
Oh,
And,
during Christmas? That's not good.
No, it was not. So it took us 2 or 3 days to get the part. So we had Danville High School's football team in. Some of the guys came in and hand cranked it on the side. Yeah, there's a hand crank.
So you had the
inside
football team from Danville come in and hand crank the oven? For how long did they have to do that?
About 3 days. 3 days. They
I bet
came
those
in.
guys, they probably won a championship that
we
year.
told them they could have anything they could eat. They
Oh,
were
that was
welcome to-
probably
No.
dangerous for football
It
players.
was, but we were very grateful to have them come in because it was crucial to keep this oven rolling. The salt rising bread's what we are famous for. It's a 3-stage bread, so, and some days it rises, some days it doesn't.
Wow.
This is one of my sons, and he comes in every night and sets it.
What's going on? I'm Pete. How you doing? My pleasure.
You kind of set that salt rising
One of
every
the
night,
Burks
don't you?
here, huh?
Yeah, I started
6:30 every night. We started at 4 in the morning. Around 4 or 5 in the morning. Then he comes back in, sets it, and then we have to redo it again when we come in the morning.
Who's this character over here? Does he know what he's doing? He looks like
Sometimes. This is my son, Jody.
What's going on, buddy? Good to meet you, man.
We're still doing things the same way we did them 50 years ago. Pretty much.
Absolutely.
It's a scratch bakery.
It's a 1950s format. It's still all handmade. Nothing has changed.
This is really almost a lost art. You know how when you're going on those road trips like I do with my wife and I take a shortcut and it always ends up being a big mistake? Same thing applies to baking. Don't take the shortcuts. Come out
take
with a
the
great
shortcut.
product. Well, I'd love to see some more.
How about if we go back up here and see what else is going on?
All right, so this is where they decorate the cakes back here.
This is where we decorate the cakes. Come on back.
This is where the pretty stuff happens.
Here's my husband, Joe. He helps run this bakery.
Joe. Good to see you. Another Burke.
This is the man
Pleasure.
of the hour.
Pleasure,
It
pleasure,
is.
pleasure. Tell me a little bit about your role here. You're the early guy, huh?
I am that. Originally, we were wholesale bread.
Wow. That's a
that's-
tough duty.
Yeah, that's tough. But that's so long ago, I wasn't even born.
Wow.
Now
So
we're
when you say
pastries.
originally, you're going back in the day.
Well, yes, way back. And now we're pastries and cakes.
Beautiful. And the donuts I hear are to die for.
Well, we get it right usually.
These are the little stations here. You got your cake stands. Look at this. This has been around a while too.
Yes.
This should probably be in the Whitco.
We don't replace much. If it's not broken,
works
if it's
great.
not broken, it doesn't get replaced.
That's an antique. American Pickers are going to come through here.
That's the best one.
Talk about grease lightning. Whoop, 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 whoop. How long have you been decorating cakes here?
I've worked here 20 years.
20 years.
She was a baby when she came.
Sam Burke taught us how to decorate, how he wanted the cakes, and how he designed them, and we taught all the other decorators.
And that's Sam is your father-in-law?
That is my father-in-law. One time we delivered these wedding cakes, and he sent his son Lewis, that was in here from college, out, and we had 3 wedding cakes in one van going the same directions. The van wrecked.
Oh, no.
Yes, it did. So they brought them all back. They redid them, got them all where they were supposed to go on time. But that was the last time 3 wedding cakes went in one car. They decided that was
Now
not a
you
good plan.
spread 'em out.
Right, they spread them out.
I thought the football team having to crank the oven was bad. The
Yeah.
big wedding cake crash.
Yeah,
That's another
that-
legendary
yeah,
event
that
here, huh?
was. It was.
Look at that beautiful cake. And that took
And
her
that
all
was
of about
done
47
right.
seconds.
Try that cake, boss.
Talent, that is talent. The rose is beautiful. So, you want to try to teach me how to make a rose right on the cardboard? Master baker, 20 years at Burks. Is going to try, attempt.
And just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I don't know why I'm nervous. It's only a flower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a different variety of flower. I think that's a tulip. If a dog wants a cake, wants to resemble his business, I can do that decorating. The secrets of Sam's method are safe. This is not for personal gain or anything, but for the show and for the audience. I occasionally like to sample some of the product. Do you think that would be possible? I can go out there and eat some of this stuff? I mean, it's for the cause. It's for the cause, right? We're going just for you guys. Thanks. All right, so tell me what we have here.
Well, this is just an assortment of some of the things that we make here. This is a cream horn. It's hand done, and these are called our little pedophores. These are our hand cut donuts. These little gingerbread men, believe it or not, they sell for 80 cents a piece. Cinnamon donut. These are our little cupcakes with little John Deere's. Every day there's something different on the little cupcakes, so cannot make enough donut holes. This is the caramel pecan twist, and this is a big favorite by people. This is called a Persian roll, and then this is a chocolate cake donut.
What is this right here?
That is called a chocolate delight, and we sell a lot of those. That's a chocolate devil's food cake with a white Holland cream and then a chocolate poured icing on it.
Well, I guess at this point, it's time I need to try some of this.
All right, try it and see what you
I might
think.
need a bib or something.
Right.
I'm gonna go for the cream horn first. Wow, that's great. Everything made
The only
from scratch.
thing
This
is that
tastes like.
sometimes you kind of wear what you eat with that one. You're doing a pretty good job. I'm proud of you.
I'm a professional
You're
here.
pro at this one, okay.
And this is a pecan,
It's a caramel pecan.
caramel pecan. Look at that.
Caramel pecan, right? We don't know.
That's delicious. I got a lot of stuff
I
to
want
try
you to try
here.
this gingerbread.
Gingerbread man?
I do.
Oh, I'm cutting that out, but they're doing good. I can see why you saw a lot of those.
Yes, we do sell a lot of those.
This one's for you, Isabella. Whoa.
I can't eat a whole one. I can eat a half one.
Holy moly. That's
Are.
a devil dog on steroids. Wow, is that great? The cake is incredible.
And we do make a bigger version of that one too.
You do? Good. We'll need one of those to go in case we have to do any shoots later.
But
We might
it's kind
have
of
to.
like that.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's called a Congo pie, but it's actually made out of the same thing this chocolate delight's made out of.
You definitely want to come here and get a Congo pie. Got to go for the chocolate
Chocolate
donut.
cake donut.
I grew up on chocolate donuts. Probably I like. So this is a cake style?
That's a cake style. I do have chocolate glaze, actually, but
That chocolate icing is so good. This
my
place.
school children that come through here, which we do tours, it has to be after hours, but when they come through, I tell them this. This is why you go to school. Number one thing you need to learn, though, in your life is good manners.
Absolutely.
Good manners will take you the rest of your life in lots of places, open doors for you.
Man, after really diving into all this great, made from scratch, fresh stuff, I think I'm ready to get back there and get my hands dirty. I'm trying to get in the story, buying into it,
If
and getting
you
the
wanna
ledge. I
do
think
that-
I'm ready.
All right, if you want to do that, let's go find Jody and let you try.
Cut me loose. Come on.
All right, let's go.
We're going to cook. So here we are. We're in the back. I'm with the bad boy of the bake shop back here, Jody Burke. This guy was a state champ wrestler and a guy you don't want to mess with on the mat or back here on the make table. We're going to bust out some donuts here, right?
Some glazed
So
donuts.
You're fifth generation,
Fifth generation
keeping
baker.
it going.
Keeping it going. And we're just trying to get it to a nice, good thickness. Get it nice, not too thin.
And then once again, you can tell how good somebody is by how easy they make that look.
You'll make real small donuts unless you shake it out like a carpet.
Oh, look at
roll it
that.
down.
Like a magic carpet. Floats.
Yeah. And then we're still in the 50s. We're doing all hand cut, no
Look at that
machinery.
cutter. Where'd you come up with this?
Oh, they still sell them here and there. You got
This thing's heavy.
We're just gonna
So
try
this
to
is
go
just-
down through here, and we're gonna try to cut them and catch them on our
These all the
thumb.
same size?
Oh yes.
So what the?
Boom. Now that's slow.
Is that trick photography?
Yes, that's slow though. You gotta get some speed going.
Smokes. Oh, look at this. He's just showing off. All right, let me try it. So down and up, you flip it or
Down
something?
and
or what?
flip it. Yeah, you got to catch it on your mouth, on your hand there, and kind of go right on your thumb. Yeah, it takes a little practice.
Oh, I didn't even get through that one.
There you go.
Oh, you're gonna be able to sell these, and then you catch it like that.
Catch it like that.
Oh, this is one more. Oh, dude, I'm gonna jack up this whole dough. Hey, hey, the flying Walendas. I gotta
Man.
see this. Get back in there, man. This is something. Hold on. You get right down here.
Yeah,
Look at that.
Kind of jerk them up out of there.
You can sell tickets to this. This is like SeaWorld. You know, you come in and watch Shamu.
I just kind of roll back through there.
This is awesome. And then you save the holes, right?
Yes, sir.
Those are one of your popular items, the donut holes. I told you he was the bad boy of the bake shop. Now you know why. And this is a PhD in donuts over here, man. It's like a rapid fire machine gun, man, with the shells just flying out. We got to do that in slow motion, just pop, 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 pop. They're flying everywhere. What's the next step? Because I'm not even going to attempt this.
All right, well, the first thing we got to do is get it in a proofer, which is steamed water.
Okay.
Just make it warm. We're going to let the dough rise approximately 5-15 minutes, depending on the temperature. And then we're going to take it out there and drop them in the fryer and fry them up.
Let's do it. We're going to go finish them up, proof them, and fry them. Always fun seeing you. They're proofed. They're ready.
They're proof.
Got some special grips there.
Got some special
Let's
grips.
do it.
Keep it out of the grease. Keep your hands out of the grease.
Yeah, that would not be good.
We're gonna hook it
They're
down.
going down.
Drop it in the grease.
Look at that.
which is
They
fried.
float.
They float.
So how long do these have to cook, approximately?
30 seconds on side one. 30-40 seconds.
This is your weapon there, huh? Nice little stick to flip them with.
Yeah. It's my donut sword. So I'm
you're
gonna
like
get busy with it.
Whoa, look at that. You don't do anything in slow motion. I don't know if he'd be a good barbecue guy. They talk about low and slow. You'd be like going crazy. Come on, ribs, cook, man. I can't wait. I can't wait for that. I'm out of here.
Yeah, but I love barbecue too.
It's great to eat.
We're trying to get about the same color. So
Right.
they're about there.
So you watch them flip around a little bit.
Just watch
Oh, and they
them.
come right up in one. That's why you try to keep away from the edges too, I bet. Huh?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna do this too now. Is there a front side, a back side, or
No
they just
front
get on
side,
there?
no back side. Just
They are hot.
Just kind of warm.
I shouldn't be complaining.
Yeah.
If I was in my place, my cooks would be calling me Sally right now.
Sally,
Say, hey, what's the matter, Sally? Them donuts hot? Yeah, they are.
they're pretty hot now. Now we had that glazer custom made too, actually.
Really?
Yes, we did. We
So
don't.
necessity, you know, volume increases. The business you're doing, you're always looking for ways to continue to make them for scratch, but in a more productive manner.
In a more productive manner.
Great.
So what we do now
Because
is
you're so darn slow, you need the help of technology. Right?
that's what it is.
Go.
So what we do?
Oh, look at that. And you got a little copper pipe to do that with, huh?
Yeah, just holds the sticks on there.
Right.
We dip them in, then we're going to set them up
Start with the top so they come down.
so they come down, so they don't
Separate
read.
them a
So
little
we do,
bit.
it's called double. We call it double glazing. So we
Right
don't
on.
double glaze them.
All right, so we got this second batch out,
Got the second
and
batch
I
out.
think we're getting ready to roll out of here, man.
Not a
I
problem.
appreciate it.
I appreciate it,
Thanks
man.
for all you do. Not just appreciate you showing us what you do, but just living it. Like you said, you were mentioning that, you know, this is it. This is your place, man. You're where you want to be.
Absolutely.
It's tough some days, but couldn't even dream of being anywhere else.
After you get over the first 5 minutes in the morning, you're all right.
Oh, it takes the first 5 minutes. You're good. But when you're coming, I'm telling you, it's great. And what you're doing for everybody else. You know, not just the family and carrying on the tradition, but the quality of goods that you're putting out and the care. It's going to great to show people how much goes into it. They're going to appreciate these donuts even more.
Thank you. We just want to put good
And the
taste
legend
and
of the
smiles.
machine gun.
The legend of the machine gun.
Widespread. Well, I got to roll, and you got donuts to dip.
Well, thank you. Thank you for
Thank
taking
you.
such an
Pleasure,
interest.
man. Pleasure. Downtown Danville is a true main street, both in the terms of its history and its current vitality, with picturesque and beautifully preserved architecture that dates back to the 1800s. Now I've just walked into the Hub. This is a local coffee shop. And here is Jody Lasser to take us on a tour of downtown and join us on our journey. How you doing this morning?
Welcome, Pete. This is where Danville starts our morning.
This is it right here. We start at the Hub, of course, huh?
Absolutely. This is the Hub Gilcher building. And think Miracle on 34th Street. This was Danville's Macy's and was a regional hub for shopping. And this was a great place that over time was redeveloped into the Hub Coffee Shop as well as the Center Student Bookstore. So we have students coming from downtown.
All right, so now we're gonna run and grab a cup of coffee, sit down and relax for a minute, and then Jody's gonna take us on this tour of downtown Danville. You ready?
Fantastic.
After you, Jody.
Thanks.
So here we are, downtown Danville, huh?
Absolutely.
How do we get this thing started?
Well, I understand that you've started your day at Burks Bakery.
We did. That was a great beginning to the day.
It's always a sweet start at Kentucky's oldest
look at
bakery.
this guy's with a zinger, a sweet start. So where do we go from there? What do you suggest?
In any Kentucky county, you've got to start at the courthouse. That's where history begins.
Hope I don't have any outstanding tickets because we're heading to the courthouse. Let's go. Like a great little gathering area here, and you've got
Absolutely.
stars right in the concrete here.
Danville calls itself and prides itself of being the city of firsts, and the stars in Wizarder Park point out each of those firsts. We had the first courthouse in Kentucky. We had the first College of Law in 1799. Here was the first abdominal surgery successfully performed in the world by Dr. Ephraim McDowell. This was where statehood was born in 1792 with a series of constitutional conventions where Kentucky took shape and its political leaders formed the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Right here in front of us, we have the first state school for the deaf. Kentucky School for the Deaf was founded right here on the corner adjacent to us in 1823. And Henry Clay was one of the first principals that sought public funding to support the Kentucky School for the Deaf that is now located just on the other side of town. And then we have the first college in the West, which folks in Lexington probably don't like to tell you this, actually was Transylvania Seminary, which is now Transylvania University in Lexington. But the college that we did retain, and we're proud to say we think is even better than Transylvania University, is Center College, which was formed here in 1819. And because Danville really was the capital that served all the rest of the area of central Kentucky, the first U.S. Post Office, along with the first Federal District Courthouse, was located here. And then fast forward to the Civil War, the largest Civil War battle in Kentucky, and really the control of Kentucky between the Confederacy and the Union took place right down the road in Perryville in the western part of the county. The courthouse was used as a hospital. Trinity Episcopal Church, also a hospital, primarily for the Union wounded.
Fantastic, beautiful church. So that's pre-Civil War, obviously.
Absolutely. One of our landmarks downtown. Most people ask me, why such a wide Main Street? Well, it was laid out that way in 1784 by Walker Daniel, who was our founder. We're not named after Danville, Virginia. We're named after Walker Daniel, Danville. He laid out the town. It was approved by the state of Virginia. And that wide boulevard became the focus of downtown. And it's a perfect setting for our Main Street.
So as we're strolling through these buildings, tell me a little bit more about the architecture. Were these all built around the same time, the same style? Give me a little background history there.
Most of the buildings you see along Main Street, with the earliest being the courthouse and Trinity Episcopal in the 1860s time period, the rest of these buildings are in the late 19th century into the early 20th century. The Gilcher building is another great example in downtown Danville where preservation meets progress. When Ephraim McDowell determined that they would like to build an ambulatory surgery center, one of the best in the region and really a world-class medical facility, they decided we want to preserve the facade of the Gilcher Hotel where John Dillinger visited, a lot of other great names that came through town, but they decided to use history as part of their project and retain the facade. And behind the facade of the Gilcher Hotel now is one of the top world-class ambulatory surgery centers in the United States. When you think about Danville or a community like Bardstown, you think about the downtown area. And quite frankly, not only with local business development, but our new industries want to see a thriving downtown, a place where they can be entertained, where they can have a nice dinner. Downtown is also an opportunity to bring people together, to give them that community feel that I think every community is trying to create.
Jody, I can't thank you enough. This has been a great morning, great start, not only to get into the history of Danville, but also to really get a deeper understanding of the progress and how you guys are working on that.
Thank you for the opportunity, Pete.
Well, I appreciate your time. I know you got stuff to do. And for us, next we're down to Constitution Square. We're going to learn about the birth of Danville and the birth of Kentucky itself.
The birthplace of statehood.
We're heading there next. Thanks.
Thanks, Pete.
Still ahead on our journey through Danville, Kentucky.
Birthplace of Kentucky. Let's go.
Welcome to McDowell House, and she lived for 32 years after the surgery.
So this is the longest, I would guess, constant running business, commercial business district in America, just about.
It's hard to believe as peaceful it is out here right now. One of the bloodiest battles in Civil War history was held right here on these hallowed grounds.
There are about 10 summer stock theaters left in the country, and we are one of them.
In the beer world, they refer to a system of this size as a nano brewery.
Welcome to Mermaid.
Glad to be here. This is part of the whole Kentucky Proud program.
Yes.
Stars have made their wishes well, long before they're shining. Promise of